So I'd like to think that I'm pretty good at normal Minecraft, which is good and all, but this is not normal Minecraft. This is Hypixel Skyblock, a game that I've played for many a year, and somehow I am still not good at. I mean, look, I'm level 286, but that's like only a little over halfway. I'm pretty sure you can get over level 500 now, which is absolutely insane. Over my time, I've gotten pretty good at most of the more grindy skills. Stuff like mining, foraging, farming, stuff that you can just like hold down a button and just go at it. Combat, on the other hand, it's not good. I am very bad at combat. And to feel a little bit better about myself, I'm gonna blame that on my tools. A Shadow Fury is by far not the worst weapon in this game, but it's certainly not the best. And unfortunately, in order to get most of the more high-level weapons, you actually have to be good at this game. And also be good at this game for quite a while. In order to get just part of one of the best weapons in this game, you have to play I don't even know the number because I haven't I've just so not tried this at all. But that is quite a lot of catacombs XP that you gotta do. And like I said, that's only part of the weapon. Now, thankfully, I'm playing the normal game mode, which means I can use the auction house, I can use the bazaar, I can make money elsewhere in the game, and then I can turn that into other parts of the game. It's pretty epic. Kind of defeats the purpose of leveling those aspects of the game up, but it's easier, so that's what I'm doing. Out of those three skills I mentioned earlier that are like pretty mindless and you just have to hold down break and then just like run around, farming is the most brainless. Like mining, you have to know where you're going. Foraging, you also have to know where you're going. Farming, you just hold two buttons and you just go and make millions. The main problem with it is that it just takes forever. But thankfully, I've got time. Now, I think there's like 10 crops you can farm in this game, and some of them are more valuable than others, and I think one of the more valuable ones is melons. So that's what I have decided to spend the last few weeks of my life farming at just pretty much any time I have spare time, which is pretty frequently. Now, I don't have any like actual stats on how long I've been farming, but if it means anything, I have completely maxed out the melon milestone on the garden, and I had like nowhere near that. I would think I was at like 20 something before. Now I'm at 46. My goodness. I've also almost completely maxed out my farming XP. I'm just like 15 levels shy, but I imagine that soon I'll get there. Conveniently enough, last week Finnegan here was mayor, and his perks are absolutely incredible. Now we can take a look at them. We can't that way. And right here, they're pretty bad. This is a decent one. It got me copper, and I was able to make, a few extra millions by selling some books. But his main perk is to improve the Jacobs contests. In those, basically, for an entire Skyblock day, or about 20 minutes, you just farm a single crop. Usually, I guess you could do multiple, but why would you? You just farm a single crop, and you get placed into brackets depending on how many you got compared to everybody else on the network. And if we take a look here, I've been doing pretty good in melon contests. I've hit most I've been able to, and I've amassed a few platinum medals, most of those, some even diamonds, all except for that diamond recently was from Finnegan's bonus, which was very much appreciated because that got me gold medals. Do I need gold medals? Not really, but they're cool to have. But now is the time we've all been waiting for. How much did I actually make just by breaking melons? Well, if we look in here, and everything hasn't sold yet, I think it's fine. And we claim all that because it couldn't all fit in my bank, and I was not going to spend 50 million to upgrade it. And I withdraw literally everything I own. I think I can afford a Hyperion. I think. Now, I already had like 100 million in my bank to begin with, but, you know, 500 million is still an impressive amount to mine with melons. Like, maybe, at least for me, because this has been draining. But it's all worth it, hopefully. I really hope so. Because if we just switch that to low, click Hyperion, if we look right, yep, yeah, we can afford it, I think. This was the one I was actually looking at. Let's see, is this one better? No, I think this one's better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 normal enchantments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think they're the exact same, actually. Well, I'm gonna save a little bit. I could get a not mythic one, but the cost evens out to be about the same because recoms and stuff. And this is already 5-starred, which is incredible because I don't do dungeons really, so I don't have any Wither Essence. But guess what? We're gonna buy this. There goes all my money. I am completely broke. That was my entire life savings gone down the drain in this game. Well, this better be worth it. Let's go see. But of course, let's put the money in the bank so I don't half my net worth. Well, not net worth, my coin balance. My net worth is the same because that's how net worth works. I think. I don't know. I've been spending way too much time mining melons. Is it a bad sign that I don't actually really have like a combat pet? Okay, here we go. Here goes nothing, everybody. Let's test it on some graveyard zombies. So with the Hyperion, it does... Okay, that's a number that I'm remembering. And if I do it to this guy... That is significantly less. Oh no. So yeah, I probably should have mentioned that this is not the maxed Hyperion. I got the weapon itself. I did not get it at its most upgraded state. Like I got it, that's cool, but it is not at all fully upgraded. Okay, let's try this again because I did a little messing around with my stats, and I think now that my strength and crit damage are more close to each other, I should do a little more. But yeah, it is still a far cry from the Shadow Fury. So I did see this coming, because again, this is not at its maximum power, and it does get quite a lot better. But you know, since this is my first ever time holding one and messing around with one, I'm a bit shocked that it is so incredibly reliant on its upgrades. There's something I find quite funny about this weapon. You see, it's Reforged, the thing that is supposed to like be an initial upgrade is heroic. And something about heroic is that it is a starter reforge. You can get that thing from the blacksmith. You don't need to go find a reforged stone, nothing. You can reforge this thing easy. And as far as I'm aware, it's one of the better reforges for it. So that's kind of funny. One of the most expensive things in this game, and it has a starter reforge. And I do mean expensive because these are the upgrades. You got Implosion, you got Wither Shield, and you got Shadow Warp. And they're all like good upgrades in and of themselves, but if you apply all of them, you get Wither Impact, which allows you to teleport in front of you, I think. Again, I've never played around with this stuff, so I don't actually know, but I'm pretty sure it allows you to teleport, deal a bunch of damage where you teleport, and get like shielded for a little bit, which is incredible. And that's where most of the appeal of this weapon comes from. Unfortunately, if you saw those prices, I think it actually might be more expensive than the weapon itself. So, yeah, I gotta do this again.